The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? I always ask that of all my friends. I just like the sound of it.
How about it, you creep, you lunatic?
What is the deal, Raider Nation? Top of the motherfucking morning. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Yes, indeed. Today we are going to dig into the possibilities of free agency for our Las Vegas Raiders. Yes, indeed, man. We're going to dive into it. Look at the prospects out there who the Raiders might have their eyes set on. Also see what other outside influencers are saying about what the Raiders should do, what their top 10 dream targets of free agency will be. It's a lot to go over, man. There's a lot of players to talk about. Man, it's gonna be dope because Monday is the day legal tampering begins, and it continues on Tuesday, giving way to Wednesday next week, which is the official calendar season of the NFL opening, and free agency frenzy begins. Yes, indeed. Shout out to everybody that's out there in the chat, man. Thank y'all for pulling up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, we're going to dig into this shit, man. There's a lot of shit to go over who the Raiders should go to. I'm going to ask you guys, what's your opinion on what we should do? You know what I mean? There's a lot of different directions this team can, go in free agency. We got a lot of holes on defense that needs to be addressed. So that's another thing that I think that kind of puts you in a position of it's like this. This is how I look at it. There's one. If you were only like trying to fill one spot in free agency, right? That also gives you whatever players you are targeting at that position, there's other teams at him as well, right? But since we have multiple holes on this defense, it's like there's multiple motherfuckers we can go out there and sign. So the competition is going to be spread out over the board because we just don't have to target in on, say, a corner, a linebacker, a defensive tackle, offensive lineman, fucking safety. You got options, you know what I mean, that can still help you before you go into the draft next month. So with that being said, it's like we're not pigeonholed into just having to look for a certain position in free agency. We got the luxury. I mean, you can call it's like flipping. It's like a coin. You know what I mean? You got heads and tails. You could say that we have the luxury of being able to have different motherfuckers to choose from, but the flip side of it is that we have multiple holes that need to be filled. That's not a luxury. You know what I mean? But the luxury is going in free agency knowing that we have different angles and different views of who it is that can come fit what we're trying to do. So we just don't have to be pigeonholed after a set position group on the defensive side of the ball. There's a multiple different varieties of players out there that could come in and help us. So it's not nothing that really just, you can't celebrate it because we're in this position, but you can celebrate it because our options are open. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Hey, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Thank y'all for pulling up. Yeah, let me go run through this real quick one time, man. I'm ready for this shit, boy. I'm ready for this shit. It's like motherfucking Christmas. It's like motherfucking Christmas, my nigga. Hold on real quick. Let me set up this board real quick. Oh, my God, man. It's like motherfucking Christmas, my nigga. All right, let's see. I got to rename this shit real quick one time, man. Let's go 0.03. Yeah, that's good shit right there. We could do that like that. Let's start with this one. We'll leave that like it is. All right. So shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Thank y'all for pulling up, man. The world's most dangerous chat is in the building. NWA, man. My guy Fitzy's in the house. Let me see what you wrote, Fitzy. Like I said, we got to get everybody's opinion in today. First trade for Stafford. Free agent signings. DT Sheldon Rankins. Linebacker David Long. Safety Julian Love. Cornerback Jonathan Jones and Grady Williams re-signed Billings. Bruh, I don't know about the Stafford one though. What is it gonna give? What is it gonna cost to get you? Get him. I don't want to give up no draft picks. You know what I mean? I don't want to give up hella draft picks, especially in a draft that there's quarterbacks that we can go get that can come in and be our future. Why trade for a stopgap? What, you're trying to make Stafford your starter for years to come? I don't know about that one, bro. And there's rumors floating out there too. We're gonna address it. Hey, let me continue going through the chat, man. I'll come back to it. B Al's in the house, man. What is the deal, man? Top of the morning to you. We got Jamel Akbar in the house, man. Tops to you, my brother. Raiders Syndicate is in the house, man. Raiders Zilla's in the motherfucking building. What's better than one ring, y'all? 2 motherfucking red rings in the building. Yes, sir. NorCal Raider Jesse, my dude. Top of the morning to you, man. Top of the morning. Grand rising to you as well. Let's see what else we got up in this DEI. We got Raider Ben in the motherfucking house. Yes, indeed, man. It's Friday, bro. It's Friday. Yes, sir, man. I've been waiting for this motherfucker. Hey, we got the boss with the sauce, Alfredo, in the motherfucking building, man. What is the deal, man? Good morning to you as well, my brother. Yes, indeed. I didn't get a chance to pull out the link, man. I was working on this shit behind, but hopefully they'll pop up and see that we live and direct, man, and pop their head through the door. You know what I mean? Jamel Akbar, let me see. Wild Turkey, my dude, man. Top of the morning, man. Thank you for being here. Gord Peterson, what's the deal, Gord? Where the fuck you been? Frankie Sanchez, what is the deal, man? Tops. Curtis Williams, my dude, man. Top of the morning. We're gonna talk that shit this morning. Matter of fact, I'm gonna throw the link in if motherfuckers want to pull up and talk about what we need to focus on in free agency. Yep, why not? Fuck it, why not? Gravy, my dude. What is the deal, man? Top of the morning to you, my brother. I'm about to post a link in a minute, you guys. So if you want to pull up and talk what the Raiders should do and what players you have in your mind that you feel that the Raiders need to target. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody, man. I got y'all up in there, Mickey Ficky, man, for real. Let's do this shit one time, man. Let me do my salute and my cheers to the world's most dangerous chat. Shout out to the nation, man. There's only one nation. You feel me? Without you, there's no me, and without us, there's no nation. There's only one nation, the motherfucking Raider Nation. Salute to each and every one of y'all, man. Everybody watching, if you have not subscribed, please do so. Hit that thumbs up too while you at it, man, and share this motherfucker. Hey, shout out to y'all, man. Hey, one love, baby. Raider love. That's the fuck I'm talking about. An ice cold one. You know what I mean? Fresh off work. Ice cold. All right, y'all. Come one, come all. Shit. Pull up if you need to, if you want to, if you feel the need, man. But we gonna talk this shit, man. There's a lot of rumors floating out there, man. I seen on Twitter this morning, they said that, I don't know if this is true, y'all, so don't quote me on this motherfucker, but they said that the Raiders were in talk with the Patriots about Mac Jones. Is that true? I don't know. That's the only place I heard the shit from. But then the other one I heard was that the Raiders are targeting in on Garoppolo when free agency opens up. Those are two motherfucking X's in my fucking book. I don't want neither one of them motherfuckers. I'd rather you just stick with Stidham and go draft a quarterback. I mean, they might. Okay, let's be devil's advocate here. They might be able, since these guys do know the system and look at the weapons around them. Like, you would ask yourself, what quarterback could fail in this motherfucking offense? with all the fucking weapons surrounding these dudes. You know what I mean? Who could really fail with Devontae Adams, Renfro, Waller, Josh Jacobs? If you keep Mac Hollins or go out and get another receiver in free agency or the draft, how in your offensive line you keeping it together? How can a quarterback go wrong? And then on top of that, how can a quarterback go wrong who already knows the system? And I think that's one of the reasons why Stidham looked so good versus the Niners, because of what he had around him. You know what I mean? You can't go wrong with these dudes. These motherfuckers are playmakers. You know what I mean? All around on this motherfucking offense. So you would think you just get a quarterback that's capable. Doesn't have to be elite. Doesn't have to be superstar, first team All-Pro, future Hall of Famer. He just got to be able to deliver the ball to his weapons. That's all that's asked for him, because you got weapons. It ain't like that we're shorthanded like, oh, we ain't. Like we've been years ago without a number one, without a number two. Tight end was okay. The running game wasn't as elite as we have it now with Josh Jacobs. You know what I mean? There's a lot to factor in, but you got to admit, boy, there's a shitload of fucking weapons on this offense. You could bring Jamarcus Russell out of retirement and that motherfucker be successful. You know what I mean? Carr went wrong. Carr got burnt. I think he just got burnt out, bro. You ever been at, look, I don't know how long y'all been at your longest jobs, but have you ever been at a job for like so long and it just get to the point where you just burnt the fuck out? Like, I mean, you still going through the motions, but your production is not like it was when you first started working there the first couple of years. You know what I mean? When you learned everything and hit the ground running. You feel me? That's the kind of shit. Chris Brandon, what's the deal, man? Believe it or not, Josh McDaniels, he don't like to let the quarterback use audible plays, but when you see the defense make a different play, you have to use audible plays. I mean, that's from the outside looking in perspective, but we don't really truly know what McDaniels is telling the quarterback. You know what I mean? Because Carr did make audibles, and I'm pretty sure he didn't go against the grain, or you just don't, you know what I mean? You just don't do that shit. That's if the coach tell you to don't do the shit, you do the shit. And I do not believe that's the reason why Carr got benched. And it had nothing to do with McDaniels or Ziegler. From what they say, that was strictly a call from up above. And I ain't talking about God. I'm talking about Mark Davis made that choice to go ahead and bench him because we weren't winning. I mean, it just, things went downhill, especially that New Orleans Saints game. And then it's just, sometimes you got to shake up shit. You know what I mean? You just got to shake it up and try to see if you get somebody can step up and do something different. And that's with any job. You know what I mean? If a motherfucker just can't be successful at what it is that they're expected to do, fuck it, let's get somebody who can. Let's see who can. Because you don't know if nobody else ever been quarterback but Carr for the last 9 years. How do you know? You don't. So they had to make he made a decision to go ahead and fuck it. 2 games left in the season, what Stidham can do? Because and I think that was a good idea for the fact that as far as letting Stidham play, because he was only on a 1-year deal. He can walk after this year, but now I heard that during discussion, is all of this true? I don't know. You know how the outside media always speculates and say, oh, the Raiders is talking to this person or that person. They're in talks with Stidham. Okay. I mean, it makes sense, but is it opinion that they should be talking to Stidham and people flip it around and make it seem like it was factual? Or is it fact that somebody told, the Raiders are talking to Stidham about re-signing him? Because, you know, the Raiders don't let shit leak out, bruh. Ryan Lewis, what is the deal, man? Tops to you. Thank you for being here. Raider Redland said, what's the deal, girl? Good morning. Good to have you here, for real. Good to see y'all, man, for real, on this Friday, man. Nutty Raider, motherfucking Nate, what? God's plan. You know what I mean? God's plan. Hey, we'll see what happens. We'll see what God says. You know, God's a Raider fan. And I had this, look, this is a side note. Y'all probably heard this when I told y'all before. at my old job, speaking of jobs and shit and getting burnt out and moving on, it was a lot of Niner fans in that bitch, right? Well, when I used to work in Hayward. And so I'm in the office, not arguing, but debating with these Niner fans, talk about shit. Even Jesus was a Raider fan. He's like, Jesus wasn't no Raider fan. You got to go to jail to be a Raider fan. I said, bingo. They forgot. Jesus went to jail. Jesus is a jailbird. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, hey, shout out to everybody out there. I am the Bay, man. Tops to you, man. Thank you for being here. Nutty Raider, Raiderette Lissette. Oh, yeah, we in here this morning, man. Hey, Milo Hunt, what is the deal, man? Man, hey, shout out to all y'all, man. Thank y'all for being here. All right, so back to the discussion about the Raiders and what we need, free agency. Let me go ahead and let me pull up some of this shit right now, man. Oh yeah, man. I can't wait till Monday. I'm so addicted to wanting to know what the fuck the Raiders actually did. Not hearsay, not rumors, not motherfuckers on motherfucking YouTube making their opinions sound like it's facts. But come on, bro. I hate that shit. Willie Wayne, what's the deal, man? Top of the morning. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into. First, I'm going to start off with Fansided saying the top 10 free agents, dream free agents, the Raiders should target. Oh, what the fuck did I just hit the wrong fucking thing, bro? I'll be on some shit sometimes. I'll be on some bullshit sometimes. Let me get this motherfucker up one time. All right. And you guys can throw in, what you guys think. Come on, there we go. Okay, from what Fansided said, these are the top 10 dream free agent targets for the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, some are not all the way free agents. Like, as you see, number one is Lamar Jackson, which makes sense. You might as well say he's a free agent, the kind that you can match the contract if you sign to him, since they made him non-exclusive. So that's one thing you have to pay attention to. All right, so I agree with, yes, Lamar Jackson. If you can get him, go get him. What do you guys think about Jalen Ramsey with the Rams? You know what I mean? Going after him by trade, or if they release him, you know what I mean? But how much would it cost you? You know what I mean? Because if you try to go after Lamar Jackson, how much of the salary cap is he going to eat up? What can we maneuver in a way to make his first year be less of a hit, to be able to get these other guys? I don't know. We like to hear the name Lamar Jackson when it comes to the Raiders, but I don't think the Raiders are even in the motherfucking ballpark when it comes to even trying to be the team to go after. So, you said bring Jalen and Stafford, Milo Hunt? But man, I don't know, man, about the Stafford one, though. You know what I mean? That could... that's an option. Let me get my mic over here. That's an option, you know what I mean? It is a damn option to go ahead and get Stafford and bring him into the system. But that's what any new quarterback, you're going to have to teach him the system from scratch. Now, the names that I'm hearing, it makes sense from the aspect of you don't need to teach them a new system. And Mac Jones makes sense if that's the case. They say that Raiders are trying to trade for him. I don't know. I don't believe that shit. And then Garoppolo, I heard that they're going to go after Garoppolo hard as soon as free agency opens up, bro. And we should know something by Monday when the legal tampering opens up. But, bro, I don't want neither one of them motherfuckers, to be honest with you. All right, let's move on down the list, man. I'm getting sidetracked. All right, so Jalen Ramsey. What about Orlando Brown Jr., offensive tackle from the Chiefs? Two things you can accomplish with this. One, you can weaken the opposition in your division. Two, he will be damn serviceable on that offensive line. You know what I mean? It's not like he's just like a booty ass player coming out of a Division 20 school, or you know what I mean, or just being a motherfucking what they call it, a nomad around the NFL. Nah. Now, we talked about Bobby Wagner. I say no on Bobby Wagner at linebacker. I feel like the purge has begun, and we need to go ahead and infuse new blood into our linebacking core. Thus, why we kept Masterson and Darian Butler undrafted in there. Divine Diablo, you know what I mean? You still have an option of, and not an option because it all depends on him. But bringing Perryman back is an option that you can do. Is bring him back at linebacker. Bobby Wagner, I would take a hard pass on that one. Take a hard pass. It's time to move forward and let these young dudes. They've been 1 year in the damn system too on the defensive side. Let's see what year 2 brings. You know what I mean? Also after that, you have Jamel Dean, cornerback of the Buccaneers. Depending on his cost, that is something that you could probably look into also, because I do still believe we do need at least one corner if you're bringing Rock Ya-Sin back since trading for him last season. You need a complimentary piece to the other side. I mean, that just is what it is. I wouldn't put Nate Hobbs there. Nate Hobbs belongs in the slot. Stop putting these players out of position where they fail miserably. You know what I mean? Fit them in by their strength. You know what I mean? If it's kind of like, motherfucker, if you had Peyton Manning as your quarterback, why the fuck you running option? You know what I mean? That's not his strength. You keep him in the pocket, let him throw. So why not do that with everybody? Don't have them do shit that they're not good at doing. Duh. All right. Then you got Javon Hargrave, defensive tackle from the Eagles. I like this. Yeah, bro. If we in some way, somehow we can get Hargrave, I would love that move. Can you imagine you get Hargrave and then go into the draft and maybe a lot of people going to pass. They're going to pass on Jalen Carter, but out of what you call it, because of the incident that he had with driving and 2 people getting killed. I still don't believe it's as major as people think, or they would not have hit him with a misdemeanor like they did. You know what I mean? So something else is going on in that case. Whether he lied, whether he's covering up for somebody, something else is going on in that case for him to only be charged with a misdemeanor. But Hargrave, and you go into the draft, and you don't spend a high draft pick on dude, but you can go after Brees, you can go after Ika. There's a few good defensive tackles in this draft. So free agency, if you can land Hargrave, bruh, or maybe the person that can play next to him that might benefit the most out of him is already on the team. Do you bring Tillery back? You know what I mean? Do you have faith in Bilal Nichols? What about Billings? You know what I mean? What about the young dudes we drafted last year? There's a lot of options. There's a lot of things out there in play as far as you want the best available defensive tackles, but you want them to be able to play alongside each other that can also help Max Crosby and Chandler Jones to shake them fucking double teams to be able to get off that edge. You know what I mean? So that is one thing there. Next up, James Bradbury. Now, we all know about Bradbury. We talked about him last season, who plays with the Eagles at corner. Here we go again with the corner position. You know what I mean? We do need a corner. Would you rather go out there in free agency and get a veteran, or go into the draft and wait for him to develop? If you truly believe you can win now without putting yourself in a hole to dig out of, look at the Rams. You know what I mean? They want to win now, and what they do, they go mortgage off the future by trading for players, and now they're having a dumpster sale. Everything must go. Everything must go. They're trying to recoup everything they can of everything that they brought in with trades. So everybody's for sale. The Raider Room, what's the deal, man? Top of the morning to you as well, my brother. Thank you for being here. Tillery, I would bring him back. I would bring him back. You know what I mean? Let him come in for another season, maybe just a 1-year deal, just to see if he can really get a grasp of what we're trying to do, especially if he gets help and bodies around him that also can give us depth. You know what I mean? We're really thin on defense at a lot of positions, y'all. For real, for real. Terry Tate, linebacker. Yeah, we need linebackers. We're thin. Look, we're thin. This is where I say we're thin at. I know we're thin at defensive end. We're very thin at linebacker. We're thin at corner, and we're thin at safety. Now, we got promise. I don't know what the Morik situation is going to be. I told people don't be surprised if Morik gets moved during the motherfucking draft, to keep it a buck. If he gets moved during the draft, don't be surprised. And it's all going to rely on who the Raiders draft. If they draft a safety that they have their eyes on, and he's there for them to pick, hey, because I know Polamalu ain't going nowhere. Oh, no. He's undrafted, yes. But he has potential. He has damn good potential. He has that size measurable that you're only born with. You can't teach. Now you just teach him how to play the game the way you need him to play the game in your system. You know what I mean? But I like Polamalu at 6'4". What, 4'3", something 40? I like that shit. You know what I mean? Now, I didn't like the way Moore was playing this past season, because usually year 2 is supposed to be your step up. In the second year, you're supposed to incline. You know what I mean? When you first get into the league, because shit slows down. You understand what you're supposed to be doing. You understand the whole system as a whole. But then again, year 2 was a whole new system. But still, the game still should have slowed down to him. You know what I mean? As coming at not being a rookie anymore. But we'll see what the front office do with him. I don't know. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? But if there's a safety in this draft that's on the draft board, that's there when we're picking, whenever it is. I'm not saying a high pick. It could be 5th. Hey, the 5th round is the most intriguing round that I like about our Raiders, with 3 5th-round picks. There's so much you can do in that 5th round. There's so much. You know what I mean? So that's a round to keep your eye on, because we're going to have a lot of movement, I believe, in the 5th. We can move up, we can move down, we can package one of those picks with a pick earlier. There's a lot of shit this motherfucking front office can do, and I expect them to do I expect them to move back, move up, all that shit, stay pat. I expect them to do all of that shit, just because that's what they did last year. They did everything last year. They moved up, they moved back. Hey, they maneuvered this motherfucking draft without a 1st and 2nd round pick last year. And they did it, to me, they did a damn good job with what they had. You know what I mean? So we got to keep that in mind as well. What do you think about Mike McGlinchey, the offensive tackle from the Niners? Would you get him and put him at right tackle? Or do you go ahead and stick with Illuminor? You know what I mean? So you remember, McGlinchey came in the same time as Colton Miller, right? Wasn't there an argument of who was the best tackle between those two? Well, hold on, am I right? It was somebody McGlinchey came in that we drafted in that draft as well. That was on the offensive line. You know what I mean? So that's one thing you have to pay attention to, though. But would you be willing to go in on McGlinchey and add him to improve the line? You know what I mean? Balboa Raider, what's the deal? Hey, bruh. Hey, man, Hooker, I like Hooker. And I believe you can get Hooker later. You don't have to use a 1st-round pick. Now the rumors are flying that they said Richardson could go number 1 overall. Are you fucking serious? See, that's what happens when you drink the Kool-Aid. When you drink the Kool-Aid, sometimes you can't stop shitting. Richardson number 1. You think Richardson is better? See, and here's the thing I was telling people. It's not about if he's better than motherfuckers right now. It's about, can they coach him up to be better than these motherfuckers later? Because I don't think he's a starter right off unless you're just bad team, and taking L's ain't gonna matter because you just a bad team. Let him take his lumps and bumps now. Let him get through the growing pains. But I told you, there's gonna be a team to trade up and get this dude, bro. I'm already knowing. Motherfuckers are so in love with how high you jump, how fast you run. You know what I mean? It's a lot of shit that they're so fucking obsessed with that does not have a fucking thing to do with a quarterback. Who gives a fuck how high he jumped? When's the last time that you needed a quarterback to have a 40-inch vertical? What, jumping over the pile at the goal line? You don't need to have a 40-inch vertical to do that shit. You know what I mean? All right, let's keep it moving. What about, now we know, here's the next name at safety, Jordan Poyer. Now, bruh, from the Bills, I want this dude at safety, bruh. And like I said, if the Raiders go and sign Poyer, what does that mean for motherfucking Trayvon Moore? He's getting traded in the draft. Or released if they can't find nobody, but he's a young dude. 2 years in, somebody's gonna think he can fit what the fuck they're doing scheme-wise on their defense. So, hey, if Poyer becomes a motherfucking Raider in free agency, bye-bye. Moore is out of there. He is out of there. I believe that shit full-heartedly. For real. He said, hey, if we get Lizzo, we don't even need 5 motherfuckers on the line. You put Lizzo big ass on the line, she could play everything. She's just bigger than all outdoors. You know what I mean? Shit. Go through the chat. I'm trying to catch it with the chat before we continue on. We got more Luminor to guard. No. Why would you do a Luminor to guard when we can Parham could do whatever. You know what I mean? He's so talented, he can play anywhere. To me, he can. So fuck it. You drafted him. He got 1 year under his belt. Hey, let's rock with him. Let's rock with him. Keep drafting O-line. You don't need to do a whole bunch with the O-line, though. That's the thing, though. You know what I mean? You don't have to do a whole lot. I think you go into the draft 11 picks. You might make that. You might be able to split that 11 and make it more. It all depends on how they maneuver. But I expect them to do some maneuvering in this draft, hands down. We either gonna have more picks or we're gonna turn some picks into higher picks. That's what I believe is gonna happen. You just got too much ammo to just sit there and just draft at every slot that you have for 11 picks. That's too. No, you're going to wheel and deal. You know what I mean? Like they say, you're playing with house money. So get out there and gamble. Move up, move back, do all that good shit. You got the ammo to do that shit for real. Levis is Knicks. Do not bring in Levis. Levis is boo-boo, bruh. He got an arm and that's it. His accuracy, he's a turnover machine, double-digit turnovers in college. I think this last year he had, 13 interceptions? That's why I don't understand why people keep overlooking the stats. Why when we're looking at quarterbacks, they're overlooking the stats? Fuck potential. You use the stats to see what their potential could be. You know what I mean? It's just like, he runs fast, he got a strong arm, let's get him. Bruh. It don't matter if you have a strong arm if you ain't completing your passes. Going deep and missing your target, you know what I mean? It's easy to go to the combine and throw passes that look lovely when there's nobody guarding the fucking wide receivers you're throwing to. Come on, man. Why we can't get a quarterback that already has the assets to be a great quarterback? All you need is the coaches to bring it out of him. That has all the attributes. That's accurate. That's mobile. That's patient in the pocket. Throwing mechanics is wonderful. All you got to do is coach him up to the next level. Why every quarterback doesn't have to be a project? And to me, Richardson is a project. Now, you can coach him up and be great, but and be more accurate than he is now. But what if you don't? What if you don't? People gonna look at you like, bruh, coming out of college, he wasn't accurate. What made you think he was gonna change? You thought you had the ability to change him. You know what I mean? And see, these are the kind of picks that I said previously the Raiders used to make because they were more going after the grand slam. You know what I mean? The big play, rather than getting somebody that can come in and get you a base hit or a double. Constantly. Don't try. They're swinging for the fences every damn fucking draft. Like, okay, this guy got a high ceiling but a low floor. You know what I mean? But it's like, I understand the ceiling is dope. His potential. But everybody don't live up to their potential. Everybody doesn't have the right people around them to bring out their potential. That's why there's so many failed quarterbacks that gets drafted in the first round. I can name a shitload. There's way more failed first round draft picks as quarterbacks than there are success stories. You know what I mean? You get some that come in and they live up to the hype. But then you get some that don't. Your Achilles Smith. You know what I mean? Your Joey Harringtons. Your Johnny Manziels. Baker Mayfield. What? Baker Mayfield was drafted over Lamar Jackson? How'd that work out? Jamarcus Russell. The list goes on. Carson Wentz. You know what I mean? Golf. Bruh. Way more failures than successes. And if you gotta pay attention to that shit. You fuck the potential. What have they done? And what was the level of competition they went up against? That's another thing. See, a lot of people want to say, well, like for instance, CJ Stroud. Oh, look, well, I can't really say, I don't want to say nothing about CJ Stroud because look at the weapons he had with Ohio State. That's what we're going by, the weapons he had. So if the Raiders did take CJ Stroud, he wouldn't have weapons here too. So that would fit why if he was only successful because of the weapon around him, what do you think he's going to do with the Raiders then? With the weapons around him? Come on, bro. With the weapons are better than the weapons he have in college. See, a lot of stuff people be... Hey, stop listening to what these other motherfuckers say and taking it as gospel. It's not always gospel. Yeah, Jamil Akbar. Hey, Hooker is my dude, bro. Accurate as fuck. He's more accurate than any of these top quarterbacks in the draft. Facts. Damn near just a hair shy of being 70%. And that's with over 300 passes attempted. And everybody else has over 300 passes attempted as well. See, I said with Richardson. Richardson has never seen 60% or more in his college career. The highest Richardson has seen is 59% completion rate. And that's with 17 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. You know what I mean? Those numbers don't sit well with me. Then you look at somebody like CJ Stroud, 41 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, over 300 passes attempted. The motherfucker he's accurate. But look at his production though, 41 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions. You know what I mean? 66% completion rate. Hooker was 59 or 69. Richardson, 53. Bruh, 53. 53%. You're closer to 50 than anything. So you're willing to live with a quarterback that's only completing 50% of his passes? So if he has a game where he's throwing 20 times, he's only having 10 completions? You're fine with that? I'm not. And had more interceptions than Hooker and CJ Stroud. Now, Levis had a beat. I think Levis had 13 interceptions last season. But his completions, nope. Not that great, man. But when you have double-digit turnovers, that bothers me. That does not sit well. I give a fuck about how strong your arm is. 13 interceptions in a college season is not acceptable. That means you're just wild with it. You're just slanging that shit. It's like you're more trying to be, you want to impress people with your arm strength rather than impress them with your accuracy and taking care of the football. That's what I see. I think he had 20-something touchdowns and 13 interceptions last year, Levis. But the only thing people's going to talk about is his arm strength. Come on, bro. We're focusing on the wrong shit. NFL teams need a quarterback that takes care of the ball and does not turn the ball over and is accurate with their passes. That's it. Okay, if you're mobile, that's good. That's good. We're not going to have you run every fucking down. We're going to throw a run here and there just to add a wrinkle and give the defense more to worry about. They have to focus in on. You know what I mean? But quarterbacks only need to be judged by their stats, not how fast they run, not how far they leap, how high they jump. None of that shit matters. None of that shit matters. But we're so focused in 40.5-inch vertical. A 4.43 40. That would be jaw-dropping if he was a wide receiver. I told people, and I'll say it again, Richardson. You know who he reminds me of? Terrell Pryor 2.0. What did Terrell Pryor do? He was smart enough to become a wide receiver. And he was way better a wide receiver than he was a quarterback because he could not throw. Facts. That's Richardson in my eye. If Richardson, just imagine if Richardson was a fucking wide receiver. Come on, everybody he'll probably go in the top 5 easy. 6'4", 232 pounds, runs a 4.4 40, 40.5-inch vertical, 10-inch hands. Come on, bruh. That is the most immaculate wide receiver measurements you can ever tell me at somebody his size. Who's going to guard him? Who's going to outrun him, outjump him, and has hands big enough to grip the whole fucking ball and make his thumb and his index finger touch? you know what I mean? That is Richardson. Richardson would have been a hell of a wide receiver prospect, hands down. All right, let's get back to it again. The last person that FanSided said would be a dream target of the Raiders. Number 10 would be Tremaine Edmonds, linebacker of the Buffalo Bills, which we need linebackers. Edmund would fit that bill. But this is just, if was a fifth, then we all be drunk. You know what I mean? But those are good names that's out there that's available, whether they're free agents or it's rumored that they're on the trading block. You know what I mean? So, hey, we'll see how that happens. All right, so that is that. Now, right here, these are notable players that'll be available. And they're either going to be available or released. That could be in free agency, depending on. See, there's a lot of shit that's going to happen this weekend, y'all. I know we want free agency on Monday, the tampering, but this weekend, there's going to be a lot of motherfuckers getting released. Watch. Motherfuckers going to try to get under. Raider Goon, what's the deal, man? Top of the morning to you. Man, the good stuff. What's the deal, man? What is the deal? Who else we got up in here? KJ Hendricks, what is the deal, man? Top of the morning. What's good with you? Hey, welcome, man. It's a pleasure to have you here. NorCal Raider Jesse, my guy, Raider Nation. Richardson is also similar to Taysom Hill. And what's Taysom Hill doing? Taysom Hill doing so great that they signed Derek Carr. You know what I mean? I mean, come on, bruh. Athleticism, yeah, that's good, but it don't mean shit if you can't do nothing with it. Salute to everybody, man. Thank y'all for being here. Shout out to the 40 people watching, man. Please subscribe if you have not. Hit that thumbs up as well, man. Let's keep this train moving, man. Hey, we having some good shit this morning. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Balboa Raiders in the house, man. AR might be accurate throwing. He said accurate throwing jump passes. As a quarterback, you are never supposed to leave your feet. Hey, for real. Quarterbacks are not supposed to leave their feet when they're throwing the ball. Because you got to wait to come down before you can make a move. This motherfucker Hey, can you imagine Richardson jumping up 40.5 inch up in the air, and then you got to wait for him to come back down before he can hit the ground and start running? Come on, man. Thank God there's no up and down in fucking football getting called for a penalty. Yeah, hey, Tebow had, and what tripped me out with Tebow is he was a baseball player. And a lot of times, sometimes the throwing motion, pitching, and being a quarterback is some different shit. You know what I mean? Especially when you get them motherfuckers that side arm the pitches in baseball. So yeah, I think that was Tebow's big thing. Michael Guerrero, my dude, man, top of the morning. Pyro, what is the deal, man? Salute to you as well. Yeah, we in here this morning, y'all. You said the Warriors are tanking. Hey, the Warriors lost last night. Oh, Charles Washington. Much love, bro. Nature for life. Oh, everybody ain't gonna agree on everything. That's factual. You know what I mean? I had an argument with a female, told her, her pussy was trashed, and she argued and said otherwise. But I'm speaking from my the pussy trash, and she was like, "No, it's not. You throw it up and it turns into sunshine." Like, bitch, I think you just blind. You threw it up in the air and it turns into cobwebs. No, let me quit. Oh shit, Graham Cam, what is the deal, man? Hey, if it ain't CJ Stroud for me, I'm gonna take Hooker. And what Hooker allows you to do is get you a top tier defender at 7 and then wait for Hooker in the second. If you don't think Hooker can make it to you in the second, then you take a couple of them 5s and 6s and 7s and add it to the second to move back into the first round at the bottom of the first round. You're only 6 slots away from your second round pick of being back in the first round again. Hey, bro, hey, for real. Hey, sometimes that pussy fart don't just sound like gas. That shit sound runny. Hey, motherfucker sound like it got a runny nose. Got mucus just discharging green mucus like it came out her nostrils. Desert Raider in the house. All right, so we was looking at these. Blow this shit up real quick so I can see everybody. Okay, Carson Wentz. Let me see how many people say Carson Wentz. He said nasty. I know that's nasty, Tubby. Shout out to Tubby. Can you imagine? Hey, that's why you never eat coochie in the dark. You got to see what the fuck is oozing out that shit. You fuck around and go down on a broad that got a leaky faucet like she was in fucking Flint, Michigan. Coochie looking like it's dripping Flint, Michigan tap water. Oh man, Raider patch in my bro. Hey, this is. Don't even worry about that, bro. Hey, handle your business, but with your family, man. For real, bro. Yeah, this chat ain't. There's more things more important than this motherfucking channel, man. For real, man. My prayers go out to you and your family. For real, I pray that you guys have the strength to support each other in this time, bro. Because I know what losses feel like, bro. You know what I mean? I know what that feels like. bro. Just hey, take care of your family, bro. And sometimes sometimes you need to get away and take your mind off things just to refresh before you go back and have to face this, reality, in the face. You know what I mean? And bruh, like I said, my heart goes out to you and your family, bruh. Like I said, this channel ain't shit compared to real life. So do what you must, man. Hey, I'm not mad at you, man. For real. Damn, dude. I don't. You know what I mean? Hey, take care of your family. Be there for each other. Because not everybody's strong to be able to handle it and keep moving. That's facts. For real, man. I don't like hearing stuff like that. Shit, somebody is gonna take Hooker. That's why I said the Raiders got action at being able to move back into the first round, bottom of the first round, and try to grab him. See, the only reason why people would pass on him has nothing to do with his ability. They're judging him by his age and that ACL. For one, an ACL is not the same as it used to be 30 years ago. You come back from ACL. Matter of fact, today in Arizona, OBJ's holding is having a fucking his own personal ass pro day for pro teams. So he's back. He's back. You know what I mean? He sat out the whole year, which he should have did. Rehab, came back. ACLs don't mean shit no more. Now his age, they talk about Hooker being 25 years old. And we're talking about the quarterback position. Quarterbacks don't have a career span of 4 years. You know what I mean? So, and like I tell people, so what? Instead of Hooker playing for 15 years for you, he's playing for 12. I mean, it is what it is. When COVID hit, a lot of people were allowed to go ahead and go back to college again, go back to school and play. To me, that's just more adding to his development. Like I said, he had 27 touchdowns and 2 interceptions on the whole year. Almost 70% completion rate. And he played against the Floridas and Richardson. Matter of fact, he beat Florida and Richardson. It came down to, look, Florida could have won the game. Drove down. They were driving down with on like so many seconds left. And the last pass Richardson made was an interception. Tennessee won the game on a Richardson interception. But Hooker takes care of the ball. He only had 2 interceptions on the whole year. See, I don't know why if put it like this. Let's just say if Hooker was 22 years old and never had an ACL, he'll probably be the number 1 quarterback taken. Just on his stats and his ability. He's mobile as fuck. The motherfucker's mobile too. He's 6'4", like Richardson, but 218 pounds. He's lighter. And he has an arm. I don't understand why people just they focus on the thing that don't have shit to do with nothing. Yeah, he tore an ACL. A lot of motherfuckers tore an ACL and came right back. I ain't never heard nobody tear an ACL and be like, oh, especially a quarterback. You don't need to run, jump, and be fast. He just that arm gotta work. Hey, stay away from the Tommy John surgeries. You know what I mean? Even though they say Tommy John surgeries make your arm much better. A lot of motherfuckers in baseball was getting Tommy John surgery when they didn't even need Tommy John. Who the fuck is Tommy John? The motherfucker they named the surgery after. The first one to ever have it. Long as his shoulder and elbow and wrist work, fuck his knee. Hey, put that motherfucker on one of them, them little wheelchairs that you put a knee in when you got an ankle in the cast. You don't sit in it, you just kneel on it and you just push. Put them in one of them motherfuckers in the backfield. For real. Oh my goodness. Hey, Patches, is all good, man. Hey, for real, I wish y'all family the best, man. The strength and everything y'all need to get through this. For real. See, and that's what the nation is about, man. We're supposed to have each other back. We're supposed to be there when because this is more than just a fan base. You know what I mean? And we say this all the time. It is a family thing because we have one common interest, and it's the Raiders, and that's what draws us to each other. But since that draws you, it's who we are, our life experiences that lets us know that, hey, you're no different than me, and I'm no different than you. We breathe the same air, we bleed the same, we go through the same ups and downs in life. Why not be there for each other? You know what I mean? Why not be there for each other, man? So that's how I get down with that, man. Shout out to everybody. Big Worm in the house, man. What's the deal? Pyro in the house. I know I'm back. How far back am I, man? Let me get caught up. I know I probably passed a lot of shit, but I'm gonna go back up again. Family thing, for real. For real. No, I know who Tommy John was. I was just bullshitting. I knew that he was the one that made that surgery famous because he had it done. He said, Mike Jesus, T-Bag King, y'all stupid. Y'all stupid as hell. Oh, man. See how we be having fun in this shit? No, Charles, we all want a real quarterback. We want our own shit. You know what I mean? That's why I'm not really too thrilled about Garoppolo and fucking Mac Jones. I want our own shit. Why we can't draft our own shit that just be the next motherfucker? Because we never did that. We never had that motherfucker that we drafted that just, bam, hit the ground running and motherfuckers be like, oh, that motherfucker is the real deal. Why we can't do it? There's so many quarterbacks around because we miss on quarterbacks. And then the way Al Davis got down is he took other people's quarterbacks. You know what I mean? And that's facts. Hey, we almost had, and this is a fact too, y'all can look this one up. We almost had Doug Williams the same year that he won the Super Bowl for Washington. We almost had him because he was getting ready to get traded to us. Al Davis was about to trade for Doug Williams, and they called Doug Williams into the office at Washington and asked him, look, what do you want to do? You want to stay here or do you want to go? Because I got a deal on the table from the Raiders for you right now. And Doug Williams told him he wanted to stay, and he won the Super Bowl that year. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? But it is what it is. Like I said, shit can't always stay the same. There's going to be a day. We're going to get our dude. We're going to get our dude. I don't care if it's Richardson, if it's CJ fucking, well, I was just ready to say CJ McCollum. Look, watch Mike say something. I was going to say CJ McCollum. Oh, my God. But CJ Stroud, Levis, there's quarterbacks I don't like, but who the fuck am I? You know what I mean? Maybe the coaching staff can't coach these guys to being great, but I just want them to be great for us. You know what I mean? I don't want to draft and we fail miserably. Hey, Jamarcus Russell was, man, come on, bruh. That was so much of a disappointment. And he had all the God-given ability. All he had to do was put in the time and effort, and I guarantee you he could have been one of the greatest ever to do it. One of the greatest ever to do it. Because he had everything. He was a big motherfucker. He was mobile. He had an arm, but he just didn't have the dedication to be the greatest at what he does. That's the thing that just upsets me, when you have just all this God-given ability and you waste the shit. Man, for real, that rumor mill shit, dude, I hate that shit. I'm going through Twitter and it's like motherfuckers, like, you know, you try to put some kind of faith into it because they got a blue check and then they're a writer for this and that. But these motherfuckers, if the Raiders ain't telling nobody shit, nobody knows shit. You know what I mean? It's just fucking crazy how they just, like you say, they come up with these stories to make you click on the shit to find out that's not even what the fucking video's about. He said, hey, that's facts though. He liked the purple drink and he liked going to the strip club. I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact. And the people he had around him didn't help him be great. Nope. The other teammates he had, nope, he didn't. Nobody helped him. Hey, for real, fuck them blue check marks. Cause now I'm noticing on Twitter, I think now that Elon Musk took over, he made it where you can pay if I'm correct, you can pay monthly to get the blue check. Fuck that. Fuck that. I'm not, man, give me my shit naturally. Just like I'm not paying for subscribers. I'm not doing that shit. That's bullshit. If you gonna fuck with me on the real. Not some old fake made up ass account that subscribes to me and don't even participate in the chat. Don't have no feedback on what their opinion is. You know what I mean? Don't like the video. Don't share the shit because you're not a real person. You know, there's a lot of shit on YouTube I don't like. I don't like the clickbait. I hate the titles. That look, if you ever see my show every Monday, every weekday morning, my shit say the same shit. Good morning, Raider Nation, live Raiders podcast. Unless it's something that I'm featuring the show around, I'll mention, but I'm not putting no clickbait out there. You know what I mean? Now, when I did breaking news and had Raider Stan say that we traded Derek Carr back to Fresno State, that was just a prank. That was a joke. That had nothing to do with. I wasn't trying to get views. I just want to make motherfuckers laugh. But I did get almost 9,000 views though. But motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Oh, clickbait. And motherfuckers holler clickbait before they click on it to find out that it wasn't clickbait. It was just all in fun. A skit. You know what I mean? Man, for real. All right, let me see what else I got. All right, these are the defensive tackles available in free agency. I guess that's the projected. Either that's the projection of the. Yep, that's the projection of the money. But we see Hargraves looking at about 20 mil. Leonard Williams, Fletcher Cox. I ain't gonna mention that other motherfucking name. Oni Mata, Dalvin Tomlinson, Greg Gaines, Sheldon Rankins, Jerry Tillery. They expecting Jerry Tillery 7.6 mil. Bring him back. Tuttle, Shy Tuttle from the Saints is another dude that I had. We'll get to that in a minute. Another dude, a young dude, a nice young dude. Dominican Sue, I don't want to go Dominican Sue. Might as well draft our shit now. He had a chance to come with us, but he chose the right team. He went to the Super Bowl and lost. And Andrew Billings, our own defensive tackle. Do we bring Billings back? You know what I mean? That's another thing we gotta pay attention to. Do we bring Billings back? I like Billings was a gap filler, but if you can go into the draft or free agency and get a Hargrave or an Ika or a Brees, hey, handle that shit. Get your own dude. Coach him up. Coach him to be great. Here go the DTs that I had listed, the top 4 that I liked that the Raiders should go ahead and look into. And we already know Payne is off the chart. But you got Hargrave, you go Sky Tuttle, and Jerry Tillery. Those are the 3 dudes left that I like for the Raiders that makes sense for the Raiders to go after. Tuttle wouldn't be that motherfucking expensive at 27 years old, but 6'3", 300 pounds. He had played 17 games, so his availability is there. He played every game. He had 49 tackles, 26 solo, and 2 sacks. But Hargrave is going to cost more than these motherfuckers. And then we also got to pay attention to... See, that's the one thing about free agency coming before the draft. It'll let you know what you need to go into the draft and do. Especially if you sign these dudes. You know what I mean? Wide receiver was another thing I was looking at. Here go the free agent wide receivers that the Raiders could possibly look at if you let Mac Hollins leave. Or you can bring him back. But you got such as Jacoby Myers. I like Alan Lazard from Green Bay. I like him. That's a big dude at 6'5", 250 pounds. You know what I mean? He had 788 yards last year. Played 15 games. He had no fumbles. And see what he runs a 4.55 at 250 pounds. 250.65 and a 4.55 40. So all these dudes are either 5'4", 4'6". I'm looking at a solid number 2 wide receiver to be opposite of Devontae Adams. Now Mac Jones, Mac Holmes is somebody I would look into bringing back, but for the right price. I would not overpay for him, like giving Zay Jones $10 million to go to Jacksonville, that kind of shit. No, but to stay here as a Raider if he takes a good deal, and also he's a very, very, very important piece to our special teams. You know what I mean? I like dude on special teams. He's damn good at it, for real. So those are the wide receivers. I'm just running through these real quick. Here go the free agent outside linebackers. Now they got some damn good young outside linebackers. If you bring back, Worm, you say bring Billings back? Yeah, I like that. I would definitely agree with that, for real. Outside linebackers, dude, they got some hitters out there. You know what I mean? Caden Ellis from the Saints, I like him. I like him for real, for real. He had 7 sacks last year. His salary, he only makes $649,000. So he's not going to break the bank. You know what I mean? But his production is nice. Same for Anthony Nelson from the Buccaneers. He had 6 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and he made $825,000 last year. Like all these dudes are low. Those 2 dudes are the most productive that I liked that's available in free agency. Then you also have what's his name? Elandon Roberts from what was he with Miami? I got the wrong shit put up on there. Don't pay that no mind. He had 5 sacks 5 sacks last year. You know what I mean? With 100 tackles. 168 of those solo. I mean, and then I'm not gonna fuck dude's name up from the Texans. Oko Ranokawo, 6'2", 253, with 5 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and he made $3.2 million last year. So that's the range you're looking at, probably around $5 million maybe. But he's not like hella old, 27 years old. You know what I mean? The first 2 were 27, 25. Maybe you go after a dude from the Buccaneers, Anthony Nelson. But between Nelson and Caden Ellis, those are the two dudes I like. Those are the 2 dudes to go out there, because both of them made like just around $500,000 last year and was very productive. So that's something you have to look into. So yeah, those are the free agents, man, out there. There's a lot of directions the Raiders can go this year, and no matter which way they go, they're gonna need the help, especially on defense. It ain't like, oh, you grab him, oh shit. No, you need him. You're gonna need him, and you're gonna need him and them and we and us and everyone. You're gonna need whatever to make this motherfucking defense be just as talented as the offense is right now. So with that being said, man, hey, salute to y'all, man. Let me take this shit down. Salute to y'all, man. Thank y'all for fucking with me. Hey, to those watching, please subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up, share the motherfucking video. Come on, y'all. No, do a brother a solid, man. I ain't never did shit try to bring information and make it entertaining. You know what I mean? I shouldn't have to tap dance and piss on the crowd to get them to do ooh and ah. I shouldn't have to R. Kelly nobody. Oh, boy, ain't nothing like a beer early in the morning when it's really like nighttime to me. But shout out to all y'all, man. Thank y'all for pulling up, hanging out with your boy. I really appreciate it, man. I will see you guys. Let's see, this is Friday. I will not be doing the Dirty Lunatic show tonight. Maybe Dirty will. I promised my son to take him out, so we're gonna go bowling. What the fuck? Oh, that's off that website. Okay, yeah. So I will be out and about tonight, man, and I won't get home till probably 1 a.m. to wait shit set up. We're gonna go to the movies and go bowling. So, but Saturday night, yes indeed, your boy will be here. Your boy will be here Saturday night, the Dirty Lunatic Show, 11 p.m. Pacific, 2 a.m. Eastern, right here on Raiders Allegiance, as well as the Raider Nation Network over on Dirty's channel. Will be simultaneously broadcast from both, man. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Love and respect, man. May your day, your Friday be smooth. Make it back to your loved ones, man. And God bless y'all. And prayers out to Patches. Bruh, I hope you guys just come together, man, and just support each other, man, and just share the love, man, while you can. And bruh, the rest of the nation, our prayers are with you and your family, man, for real, for real. So with that being said, man, you guys enjoy your Friday. This ain't even been Good Morning Raider Nation. This motherfucker was a look into free agency because it's about to get cracking. You know what I mean? The shit's about to get cracking Monday, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow night and Monday morning. I can't wait till Monday. Oh, I can't wait till Monday when that motherfucking start leaking all the info about who the Raiders are signing, you know what I mean, what the contract numbers look like. And Wednesday it gets official like a referee's whistle. You feel me? So with that being said, I'm Lunatic Raider. This is Raiders Allegiance. Man, we've been taking a look in the free agency, the 2023 NFL free agency, man. Hope the Raiders I'm out this. B-I-E.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? I always ask that at all my prayer. I just like the sound of it.